Hi. Yay, back again, starting the horoscope readings for the 1st of July. So, anyway, like I said, we're going to start off with Aries, Taurus, and Gemini this week on Mondays. And so I'm going to do the Aries one, okay? So, I just want to remind everybody out there that the reads are general. So, you may not resonate with all that comes up for Aries, or you may resonate with some of it. So just take only what feels right for you. Okay, don't try and make it fit. Okay, it's got to feel right for you. Okay, that's the most important thing. And if none of it feels okay with you, then fits in or resonates with you, what's going on with you. There are lots of other tarot readers or psychic readers that are out there on YouTube that are doing the same sort of thing. So you may find someone there that might resonate with you. Okay, it's not. So this reading is for like your star, sun, and rising signs, and to some degree, depending on what's going on, you may even be able to accept it for your Venus sign. So it just depends on what's going on with you. So like I say, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, so don't force it, okay? However, so I'm just going to go into, like, I am an intuitive reader, so slash psychic medium. So I don't actually use tarot cards. That's something that I might bring in the future. So, and even if I did bring them in, they'd be more intuitive, as well as not only what their general meanings are. So I will be using my own cards that I've worked with. Archangel Michael has worked with me, and my guides and helpers, and other different healing angels, and that have just kind of popped in. Spirit will give me some messages using, to write on cards. So I will be using those, and I might be using some Doreen Virtues playing cards, and also playing cards. So anyway, like I say, I'm an intuitive reader, so I'll just wing it, basically, go with what spirit bring. So I've tuned in with the star sign of Aries, the energy of Aries, and to bring through messages that will serve you for your highest good and what you most need to know right now. Okay, so anyway, we're going to start with, I've been drawn to use these daily cards that of Doreen Virtues, actually daily inspiration angel cards, and I find them really cool. They pretty much, for me, they've been pretty to the point. So I've given these a little bit of a shuffle earlier, and I'm just going to pull out one of, okay, no, I'm not. Actually pull out one's going to fall out. Actually two have fallen out, and 3, 4. Okay, so we're just going to go with those, okay, because I actually in the beginning earlier was asking Spirit what they're going to bring through. So what we have here is play. Okay, that's the first card at the top, and what I'm getting from that is like for this week, I feel like coming up for a lot of you, there's been a lot of stress, you could say, and from one thing or another. And some of it has been through work, and some of it has been through family for some of you, and some of it has been a combination. Whatever it is, it's like what they're asking you to do is just this month, come in and just be a little bit more playful with everything. It's kind of like seeing it's turning that perception around that everything is stressful, and yeah, it might be, but we don't have to live in it. Okay, so what we can do is, like, sometimes we just have to let our okay, I'm hearing the word guard for some of you, down, let it down, and just be feel like you can have a play, and when I say play, it means like just like bringing the inner child out. And it may mean like going for a swing, going down the park and having a swing. When you take the kids down the park, jump on a swing too, or put them on your lap and go for a swing. It's kind of like sometimes we get so super serious with things in our life, and the way the world moves is super fast sometimes, and there are some high expectations out there, and we end up having high expectations of ourselves, and sometimes things are just you know, we get caught up in it, and we forget to just chill out a bit. Okay, like chill out. Sometimes chilling out that we think we're doing is not actually chilling out. We're actually still thinking about things. So it may mean that going down to the park and, you know, like I said, jump on the swing. It might mean that you put your gumboots on or not and go and jump in a puddle. You know, it's anything like that. To like anything that you feel you can let that inner child out. It may be for some of you that you just go into a garden and smell the roses. Sit, you know, just sit on the park bench and smell the roses, and you know, just bring some light energy around you. Do something different to take you out of the space that gives you that childlike feeling, you know. And have a laugh. Have a laugh at yourselves. So yeah, at yourself, okay, at yourselves, I'm hearing. So that's not, you know, like I say, some of yous are not going to get this, but some of yous are going to think, oh God, you know, I really do need to do, you know, just chill out. And sometimes it's like just putting on a movie, you know, a really like a funny movie, and you know, and just to change your energy and your viewpoint about things, and so you can have a little laugh, okay? So that, you know, but there is another group of you, you know, that are quite chilled, you know, and that's really cool. So it's coming into like leaving this month of June there, and also from May. So it's been a build up for over the last couple of months, and you know, because I'm hearing like taxes and things like that, and there's that change of energy, like bringing in the new from the, you know, from the financial year. Things are changing and things are starting to like roll forward in that sort of sense. So it's like, you know, doing what you need to do for you, and one of those things is like letting your hair down, you know, and going into that, letting the inner child out, and have some fun, okay? Have some fun. Now, the other card that fell out is entrepreneur. Now, some of you, which goes into this play one. So, you know, it's one thing to do, you know, be there to do, have this business going, idea or thought flowing, or some of you are going into or thinking of going into it, and it's kind of got really serious now, but it's like, okay, let the guard down, let all these negative thoughts go, and what have you, and not let anybody else's sabotaging thoughts, because we have enough of our own to do that, so we don't need to take on anybody else's. So this is about you allowing yourself to go into your Zen space, whatever that is, doing this, you know, letting your hair down, you know, doing something for yourself even, and taking yourself away from, you know, all the, for the lack of a better word, negative thoughts that are going on in your mind, okay? So this is why it's important to find that balance, okay, as you're going into this. So that some of you are looking at either have just moved into this side of things, and there's a whole lot of ideas coming in. So it's like, don't let them overwhelm you. Write them down. Make sure you write them down, or voice record it or something, but write them, you know, make a note so you're not overwhelming yourself with these thoughts and ideas before, you know, even like just, you know, you might, I can see some of you might, an idea will pop in, and it's like you're out having a coffee, just write it on a serviette, you know, so, or even on the back of a receipt. Sometimes I've had to do that, get my purse out and write it on the back of a receipt, just so I know, like get the essence of it. It might only be a couple of words that I need to write, because sometimes I get so busy, I just, you know, then I go in my head and go off and do something else, and it's like, dang, what did they say? Or what was that idea that I got? And it's like, dang. So you get it down, write it down in some way, or put it somewhere and like voice record it or whatever. So I've got about a whole lot of things coming through my mind, but also the entrepreneur. Some of you have already gone into that side of things, and things I'm hearing like steamrolling along, and it's like I can't keep up. So keep up with that. Keep up with that extension, or I'm saying extension, but things have like progressed. And okay, so some of you might be are needing an extension to get orders out, or an extension to get your for finance reasons, just it's like going, because this is what's happening. There's all this like blockadness, and I'm kind of like losing my like there's so much going on. So this is why it's important to let that inner child out, and to relax, to learn how to relax and go with that flow with it, and not overthink things. And because this is what happens. And it's like there's like finance stuff running off in my mind, that at the moment those thoughts are running through my mind as I'm talking about it, about it. It's like jeepers. And they're just saying, yeah, so to ground yourself. This will always help. This will also help ground you. So some of you, there's another group of yous that are looking, there's some extensions of what you're doing already with this entrepreneurship business that you've already got, and some of it, there's another business that's linked to that, so that's coming off that. So it's causing a little bit of for the lack of a better word, stress, but some of you, I feel like are fairly calmish as well, and it's like just being in a zen space, but in the background there's a bit of stress going on. So once again, let that child, that inner child out, and do something different. And it's not like you're pushing it to the side and not dealing with things, but we just need to take some time out. So there's that. It's really important to factor into your diary, into your schedule, some you time, whether that's going to the gym, or whether that's just going out to have coffee with the wife or the girlfriend or a friend, or whether that's having, making time for your children in the weekend or after school. If normally you're saying, I can't make it, or you're not the one that usually takes them, it's like have a switch around of roles. Sometimes we have to learn to make it happen, okay, and do what's right, which feeds our soul, because we can get so caught up, like I said, with deadlines and things like that. So and it's about the other word is organization, okay, with that one. Oh, okay. And the next card is notice the signs. And I feel like, some of yous are getting the signs, or some signs in your everyday life, and it's almost like some like signs, like with feathers, signs might be a butterfly, sign might be that you see 111 all the time. A sign might be that you see someone who reminds you of someone, and that you might need to visit. Or a sign might be, you dropping something on your foot. So there are signs, and depending on what. So dropping something on your foot is like you may be tired, take a break, and you're not quite with it, you're not grounded, okay. And a sign for a feather might be just that there's a loved one come around, I know that's what it is for me, or the angels are around, or it may be that you need to go over this person. So whatever a feather means, or whatever it is to you, it's about just taking notice and being aware of what's going on around in your life. Now this last card here is time to go. Okay, it's time to go. So they're just talking there about it's time for you to go and move forward in a project, in a that you've got in mind to do, okay. And it's not necessarily a entrepreneurial sort of project, It may be something where you are looking at moving or changing jobs. It might be something that you are like like making plans for a trip for some of yous out there, and they're just showing me some of yous are like looking at it, making extensions on a home, or moving from home, and you've got this feeling, and this is what they're talking about, these signs, noticing the signs. It's your intuition, listening to your intuition, that gut feeling. Yeah. So it's really important for these next couple of, like this week, coming into the 1st of July, this week, and also the following week is like next from the 8th, going into that week. I feel like you're going to be feeling a little bit more grounded, a little bit more grounded. The energy is starting to change or wind down a bit for you, while others, and other star signs, they're starting to like pick up. But I do feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself and in your work, and it's like, and in your business work, and some of you in your leadership roles at work, and it's like there's a change going on in there. So what they're saying is like really just not really overthinking it, and freaking yourself out, but do let your hair down, okay? Have a bit of a play, have a even if it's getting out a ukulele or something for some of you, or going back to doing something like that you love to do, playing an instrument that you maybe have parked up, or going out and doing something creative, like if you're into, pottery or something like that, it's, doing something like that. It's anything, not just playing, but anything that will, I suppose, the word I'm hearing is distract. You to take you out of that space, okay? Could be a walk in the park. Anyway, so just, like I say, don't overthink it. And what they're saying, I should say, don't overthink it. Just go with that flow, okay? And I've just got this one. Oh, okay. See, look, and there's new love. Okay. Now, new love on that one is coming into your space. Now, I don't feel like that's necessarily for some of you about, new love as in a new partner, but in doing what you're doing, and letting, your hair down, and having that play, taking that time out, you'll find this newfound love within you, with your project, or with everything, and with life in general, basically. And it's amazing what can happen when we do start to like find that balance within ourselves. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And this is the other one that fell out. Now, magic is in every moment. Make the most of it. And this is what where are they going with that one? And this is what will happen when we start to relax, okay? So this is kind of like a chilling out, like you've done a lot of work, in these last few months to get to where you are, but it's really about chilling out and giving yourself permission to chill out, okay? So I'll be back next Monday, and we'll just do and see what happens, what spirit are picking up for you there. So if you're wanting to book and go a little bit deeper, for you, and for this continuation on from this reading, just you can book a reading with me, and all my details are on my Facebook page. So, and my contact details are on there as well. So, and we can do an extended on this one as well if you want, and continue from here. And also, or a personal one-on-one. What else do I need to tell you? Okay, I think that's it. Anyway, God bless you, and we'll catch you again next Monday. Okay. Bye for now.